guys, it's me Jayse, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go through some of the books that I have either purchased or received review copies of over the last month. Okay, there's a few. I've been a little bit naughty. Okay, I have purchased a lot of books in the last month or two. Alright, let's do it. Yes, it's a bit of a haul, I know. So the first one is The Other Side of the Sky by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. I'm going to read the blurby. Prince North's home is in the sky, in a gleaming city held aloft by intricate unknown technology. But North believes his sky island is shrinking, its engines are failing, and the key to saving his home is to venture to the place the engines were first created. Nim is a living goddess of her people on the surface, responsible for providing answers, direction, hope. But in the midst of the surface's worst crisis yet, a mist that spreads madness and poisoned doubts have arisen among the people about Nim's divinity. She must find a way to manifest her power before she is overthrown and all is lost. This sounds so good. I love Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff writing together. I love Amy Kaufman by herself, but I've never read Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner together. I think they've got a couple of other books together, and this is the first in a new series, and it looks really good. Thank you, Big W. The next one is Midnight Sun. I think I picked this up in September. From Big W again. That seems to be my go-to for books, but you guys know all about this one, so I don't have to tell you what it's about. The next is this gorgeous one. It's called A Tale of Witchcraft. It's by Chris Colfer, who was in Glee. You'll all remember Chris Colfer. Yes, so this looks super cool. I received it the other day. Bristol Evergreen changed the world, but the journey is just beginning. Bristol and her friends have saved everyone from the evil Snow Queen that secured worldwide acceptance of the magical community. However, when a mysterious new witch named Mistress Mara arrives at the academy, the celebrations are cut short. As Mistress Mara begins recruiting fairies into her rival school of witchcraft, it becomes clear that she has dark intentions, and soon Bristol's friend Lucy becomes embroiled in an ominous plot against mankind. Sounds so cool! I believe this is a sequel to A Tale of Magic by Chris Colfer. I haven't read the first one, but I need to, because I want to review this one in my magazine, girl. Thank you so much to Hatchet for a copy of this one. The next one's from a series I've never read before. Anne Cleves. It's part of the Vera series. It's called The Darkest Evening. Looks super cool. So here's what it's about. DCI Vera Stanhope returns in the Darkest Evening, the ninth novel in the enduringly popular series from #1 bestseller Anne Cleves. Driving home during a swirling blizzard, Vera Stanhope's only thought is to get there quickly, but the snow is so heavy she becomes disorientated and loses her way. Ploughing on, she sees a car slewed off the road ahead of her. With the driver's door open, Vera assumes the driver has sought shelter, but when she inspects the car, she is shocked to find a young toddler strapped in the back seat. Afraid they will freeze, Vera takes the child and drives on. Arriving at Brockburn, a run-down stately home she immediately recognises as the house her father, Hector, grew up in. Inside Brockburn, a party is in full swing, with music and laughter to herald the coming Christmas. But outside in the snow, a young woman lies dead, and Vera knows immediately she has a new case. Could this woman be the child's mother, and if so, what happened to her? Oh my god. I love adult thrillers at the moment. I'm going to plough through this one, I think. It looks like a really easy read, and I've heard that Anne Cleves writes really good books. I mean, they've been adapted into television, you can see right there. It won't focus because my camera looks at my face. Yeah, thank you so much, True Macmillan, for that one. The next one is Either Side of Midnight by Benjamin Stevenson. He's an Australian author, and this one is about a news anchor who takes his life in the middle of a live broadcast. Yeah, so really interesting stuff. I'm ploughing through this one now, and I'm really enjoying it so far. So I will have a review for this one up in Books Etc. magazine in November. Then, thank you so much to Penguin for this one. Now the rest of these ones are all ones I've purchased myself. Here we go. June by Frank Herbert. I saw the trailer for this movie that's coming out. I know it's a remake of, it's been made into a film back in the 80s. But the trailer for the film this time around looks absolutely insane. And I can't. It looks so good. I need to watch it. So I needed to read the book beforehand. The next one I got is Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin, sequel to Serpent and Dove, which I just did a buddy read of with friends. Thank you, Big W. Even though you have nothing but damaged edges on your books, stop it. Take care of them, please. I got a gift voucher from work for taking part in a staff engagement project that we were doing. So I picked up The Dark Tide by Alicia Jasinka, something like that, and Court of Miracles by Kester Grant. This one, though, look at the shine on that baby. I don't need to read what June and Blood and Honey are about, but I'll read what The Dark Tide and the Court of Miracles is about. So this is The Dark Tide. Every year on St. Morpunga Eve, Caldera's witch queen lures a boy back to her palace. An innocent life must be sacrificed on the full moon to keep the island city from sinking. Lena Kirk is convinced her brother is going to be taken this year. To save him, she enlists the help of the mysterious Thomas Lynn, the boy she secretly loves, and the only person ever to escape from the palace. But they draw the queen's attention, and Thomas is chosen as a sacrifice. The man she loves! Sounds so good, and I just love the simple and beautiful moon on the cover there, and the gold, and sounds so good. Now this one, Court of Miracles. In 1828, the citizens of Paris still mourn in the wake of their failed revolution. Among them, the most wretched have gathered to the guilds of thieves, assassins, and worse. Together they're known as the Court of Miracles. When Epine's father, Theodolia, sells her sister to the Guild of Flesh, she makes a promise to do anything she can to get her back, even joining the very people keeping her sister a slave. In the Court of Miracles, Epine becomes a great thief, finding her place and gaining another sister, Cosette. But she has never forgotten the promise she made, and if she is to have any hope of saving one sister, she'll have to betray another. How cool does that sound? Love it. Oh, that cover. I just couldn't get over that cover. And the final ones, because they're a trilogy, I had to have them all. Yeah. Sorry about the jostling around. I bought them all because I love them so much. All in hardcover. So we've got The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and Queen of Nothing. I really, really enjoyed these books. I thought they were light, enjoyable. Yes, there was some problematic stuff in there, but you have to remember that these are works of fiction. They're not actually non-fiction books. The stuff occurring in the books is not real. Sometimes I think people forget that it's a book, not a real thing that's occurring in real life. What I loved about these books was the fantasy aspect, the land that Holly Black had created. And I've been, for the last, a number of years, saying how much I don't like Holly Black's writing, and I've never read a Holly Black book. So I really had to eat my words, because I read these and absolutely adored them. I loved the characters, I loved the relationships between them, even though there were enemies to lovers. I really live for that kind of thing. I don't know why. But I really enjoyed these books. I know a lot of people hated them and it wasn't for them. But you know what? Not every book is for every reader. Everyone has different tastes and different things that they like. And these, for me, were absolutely amazing. I loved them. Loved them so much. So, that was just a look over some of the books I've received in the past couple of months, either from publishers or the ones I've purchased myself. I have added to my cart, my TBR cart, which is now overflowing. God, what do I do this for? As I was seeing on TikTok the other day, book collecting is a separate hobby to book reading. Okay, I hope you're all doing well, and I'm out. Bye.